Hey freedom lovers, this is Dr. Peterson Pierre with America's Frontline Doctors bringing you today's Daily Dose. On June 17th, a federal judge issued an order temporarily blocking the Biden administration's new Title IX transgender rule in an additional 6 states. The rule has sparked controversy for changing the definition of sex to include gender identity and giving female-identifying male students access to girls' locker rooms and bathrooms. Now, I'm sorry. Why are we even having this conversation? This is absolutely ludicrous that this is even happening anywhere on this planet. Quote, there are 2 sexes, male and female, end quote, begins the memorandum in opinion written by U.S. District Judge Danny C. Reeves, filed on June 17th at the U.S. District Court of the Eastern District of Kentucky, Covington Division. The judge's order grants a preliminary injunction blocking enforcement of the new rule in 6 states: Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. The rule has also been blocked in at least 5 other states. Judge Reeves found that the Department of Education exceeded its statutory authority in setting the new rules and acted in a way that was, quote, arbitrary and capricious, end quote. In a move that sparked controversy and a flurry of lawsuits, the Department of Education on April 19th announced a final rule expanding the decades-old Title IX law that prohibits sex discrimination in schools to now include sexual orientation and gender identity. The changes, which are slated to go into effect on August 1st, give males who identify as females the right to use women's restrooms and locker rooms and to join female-only organizations while construing harassment as including the use of pronouns that conform to one's sex rather than one's chosen gender identity. The new rules also mean that schools that refuse to comply risk losing essential federal funding and face the prospect of lawsuits. Judge Reeves said the department failed to meaningfully address concerns regarding risks posed by the new rule to student and faculty safety, and that the expanded Title IX has serious implications for free speech. Probably what the Biden administration wants. They don't want us having free speech. Quote, the rule includes a new definition of sexual harassment, which may require educators to use pronouns consistent with a student's purported gender identity rather than their biological sex, end quote, the judge wrote. He goes on to say, based on the pervasive nature of pronoun usage in everyday life, educators likely would be required to use students' preferred pronouns regardless of whether doing so conflicts with the educator's religious or moral beliefs. A rule that compels speech and engages in such viewpoint discrimination is impermissible. Finally, someone standing up to do what's right. A Texas judge recently ruled to block enforcement of the new rule in the Lone Star State, while a judge in Louisiana halted its enforcement in Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, and Idaho. Listen, the only way this is going to stop is if we stop it. We can't wait for the government because they have a completely different agenda. And I'm going to say this to you ladies. You're being disrespected. Allowing men to pretend to be you so they can have access to locker rooms, restrooms, and pretend to compete in your sports? Come on. This nonsense has got to stop. And I'm going to tell you, you guys have all the power to shut this down. Simply boycott events, and this will go away. Ladies and gentlemen, only the truth, not a fantasy, will set you free. Stay tuned for the next Daily Dose.